Well, you might remember Netflix just raised their prices again. It seems like every 2-3 months, we're talking about another streaming service raising their prices yet again. And guess what? We're not the only country that it happens. It doesn't just happen in Canada and the US. It happens around the world. It's a global shared experience. It's a small world after all. We all get to pay more for Netflix every year. Well, maybe not anywhere. Hold the phone. Forza Italia, an Italian court has just ruled, as this report in Reuters is confirming, that the Italian courts have ruled that the Netflix price hikes are illegal.
They said, not at today.
Not at today. Here we go. It is illegal. Not allowed to do it, paisan. So, and not only did they rule that the Netflix price increases are illegal, they've been ordered to do a couple of things, including rolling the prices back to the 2015 prices and refund up to 500 euros people who have been subscribed to the channel since. I broke it down in this little infographic here. Start off, why were the price hikes ruled illegal? Well, according to Italian law, if you're going to enter into a contract with a consumer and you're going to raise prices, you have to give definitive reasons why and explain the justification for the price raising. The Italian court has ruled they never did that. Also, the Italian court has ruled that they have unfair contract terms. In the Netflix contract, they're saying, hey, we're going to give you, if we decide to raise prices, we can raise prices. We just got to give you 30 days notice. Well, the Italian courts have ruled 30 days notice, take it or leave it, is not fair notice, and that is not a fair contract term.
Wow.
That is not valid under Italian law. And you did not, and by Netflix's argument is, if you don't cancel, that's you giving consent. The Italian courts are saying that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Hence the last little point here, lack genuine consumer consent, the take it or leave it thing. Not allowed to do it. So what's the repercussion, the Italian court says? We go into the middle role there. They have been ordered to immediately roll back their prices to 11.99 euros a month. For context, as of yesterday, the Netflix account, the Netflix level at that was 20 euros. Now they've been ordered to roll it back to 11.99. Also, mass refunds. If you've been a subscriber of their premium level since that time, you are entitled to like 500 euros back. And if you've been on one of the lower tiers, you get like 250 euros back. They have to put out public notice in email and in written letter and put it in their local newspapers that everybody's entitled to this refund. And for every day that they don't do it, they're going to get hit with fines. Now, there is a third column here, the likely outcomes. Number one, Netflix has obviously vowed to appeal this. They have to, because similar cases are in front of other European courts right now, including Germany and Spain. If this holds up in the Italian courts, while it is not guaranteed, it is likely that this is going to become not just an Italian problem for Netflix, but rather a European problem for Netflix. Just with the whatever 7-8 million subscribers they have in Italy, and they got to pay them back 500 euros each. I'm not going to do the math, but that's a lot.
That's a
more
lot.
than I have. Now, if that then excludes out to Germany, to Spain, to Portugal, to wherever, this could become a real problem. And not just for Netflix. This could be the warning flare in the air for all streamers and how you do business. Now, one of the first questions I got asked this morning when I checked all my messages was, can this now also come to the US and Canada? The answer to that is probably not, because our rules and laws governing them, I think Netflix is more within those guidelines. It's just that's a little bit different in Europe. They try to do business the way they do here in Europe, but their laws are a little bit different, and it looks like it has not worked out for them.
Oddly enough, I just did do the math, and it works out to about $2.7 billion, which oddly enough is what Paramount paid them for losing out on the Warner Brothers.
Just they paid them for nothing.
So
the
Paramount paid
universe.
Italians.
The universe is a fickle mistress. So, I mean, this could be a very, very, again, Netflix's name is on the headline, but this could become a very, very big deal for every major streamer that also streams in European countries. Now, what will come of this? Who knows? Maybe Netflix will be successful in their appeal. Maybe they won't. Maybe it won't be so bad in Germany or Spain or Portugal's or Greece or wherever else this comes in court. Maybe it will, but this could fundamentally change the way that these streamers have to do things in European countries. So anyway, Rob, you saw this story. What's your takeaway from this?
Well, I mean, I think it shows that it's very important for people doing global business that they make sure that they respect the sanctity of every separate country's legal system or laws. I mean, I think if nothing else, I would imagine that no one checked this and they just figured, hey, we've got this streaming service. They figured they can do business as usual everywhere. I mean, John, I feel that in the United States, we're just getting soaked by everybody. You know, in terms of subscription services, they just keep raising prices and we all have to go along with it. And then they do things. My favorite is that I don't realize that when I've agreed to subscribe to something for a year, you know, that's my new favorite thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I didn't want to do that. It's $99 a month. And suddenly that's a lot of money. And look, if nothing else, I think it's best that people, especially these companies, start taking this under advisement because it's a better way to do business. It's better for the consumer, and I think that some of these companies are a little out of control in terms of let's just raise prices, but turning back $500 to 8 million people.
There's a legal question that I've heard debated where there was a time long ago where you could sign up for a cell phone plan. And if you entered into that contract with your cell phone company, even if the cell phone company started changing their rates, you knew about this, right? Like you would get grandfathered in. You kept your deal. I entered my deal with AT&T at these were the terms of the deal. So even if they raise their price from $15 to $20 a month, I get to keep paying $15 a month. There's been discussions I've seen had about whether or not streaming services should be subject to that. It's like, hey, you sold me a pitch for a service that you said was going to cost me $12 a month. Well, then, until you and I both agree to change the terms of that deal, I should always just have to pay $12 a month.
I rode that wave through Pacific Bell to Singular, and then AT&T said no more.
You know,
I remember that.
They changed the model now, right? Now, doesn't matter what you enter into the deal with. These companies can change the prices whenever they want, and they build it into their terms of service. Now, there's been some legal discussions about whether or not that should be allowed, whether that sort of item in a term of service should be legal or not. You know, I get it to a degree. Like if Netflix is spending $10 billion on creating content for me when I enter into the deal, but flash forward a few years later, and now they're spending $20 billion a year on content. Should I not then as a member be required to kick in a little bit more? These are all good discussions to have, but these are discussions that are going to be raised a lot now that Forza Italia has stepped forward and said, hey, you can't just go willy-nilly changing the terms of your deal. Pray I do not alter it further. Anyway.
And they want to go back 11 years.
They want to go back to 2015 pricing.
So do I.
So do I. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mando. Spring is in the air, and I gotta tell you, I am pumped to get back outside and start using the pool more. But let's be honest, warmer weather also means one thing: sweat. That's why I've been using Mando whole body deodorant, and guys, this stuff is amazing. Now look, I've tried a lot of deodorants over the years, but Mando is different because you can literally use it anywhere. I'm talking pits, chest, feet, even those hard to reach areas. And what surprised me the most is how well it actually works. So for me, what I personally love the most, it doesn't just cover up odor, it actually stops it before it starts. Mando was created by a doctor who saw how normal body odor was being misdiagnosed and mistreated, and they built this to actually solve the problem. It's clinically proven to control odor for up to 72 hours, and I can tell you from using it, it delivers. So here's the deal, guys. Don't just mask it. Mando it. Head to shopmando.com and get 20% off with my code Campea. That's code CAMPEA at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide. Again, go to shopmando.com, use the code Campea, and get 20% off. Support the show and stay fresh out there. Trust me, Mando's got you covered. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.